Who are you?
Whoever you want me to be.
Don't say I never gave you anything.
It's feeling epic.
3 words. 8 letters.
I remember everything.
Hello, hello. Welcome to Previously on Teen TV. I'm your teen drama enthusiast, Jillian Banani, and with me today is the reluctant The Summer I Turned Pretty watcher who secretly loves it. It's my husband, Tyler Branch.
Thank you for having me, Jillian.
Welcome back. You're here for another episode.
I'm happy to be here in the living room again, recording a podcast with you. That's fun.
Yes, once again, we are in separate rooms, but we do live together, just so everybody knows.
You wanted to set the record straight on that.
I don't want to see any weird comments on that.
I mean, let's get to it. What a crazy couple episodes.
I mean, I am still reeling from this.
The twists, the turns.
A lot happened. So we are covering the first 2 episodes of season 3 of The Summer I Turned Pretty. We're getting all into it today. Spoilers will be discussed. So if you haven't watched it, definitely go watch. What are you doing?
I mean, and this was a lot to take in. Episode 1 on its own, I feel like we could have done a long podcast about. And then episode 2 also ended with another just boom, just like shocker moment.
I mean, you're going to have to cut me off in this episode. Like, I already know it. You're going to be like, we got to move on. And I'm going to be like, we need to talk more about this. But you wanted to start us off with a quote.
I wrote this down. This is in the first step when Belly is basically telling us that she doesn't play volleyball anymore.
Right, which that was a shocker.
Yeah, she was talking about, she said, it's weird how one choice can end up shaping your whole life. Or your whole future, can end up shaping your whole future. And I just think, that quote was really, it made you think about her life with Jeremiah right now, her at this college, just how many things could have gone another direction with one different choice.
Well, yeah, it feels like her choosing Jeremiah really changed the trajectory of her life up until
and the
that
choices
point.
she makes later on in these episodes.
Yeah, a lot of choices are made, that's for sure.
And a choice Jeremiah made. A choice he made twice.
Twice. I'm just going to keep saying that throughout this episode. Twice.
I gasped when he said twice. I was like, twice?
I mean,
I was like, did you cry in the shower in between?
Oh my God. I do kind of need some more details on twice. Where was it close together or different days? We need to know. I need those details.
Know. Maybe he's got a lot of stamina. We don't know.
That had to hurt as a Team Jeremiah guy.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
You're really painting me out as just, I mean, it wasn't great. I did say that, in light of new information, I'm allowed to change my mind. I haven't done that yet. I have not changed my mind yet.
Wow.
But I will say it was shaky in that first step. That first step, they did Jeremiah dirty. It was just boom, boom, boom. It was this guy's not graduating college. This guy's this. It was just the guy's a mess. He's a weed.
He's a cheater
crap,
that's
bro.
failing out of college.
Yeah. Who seems to have no plan or communication skills, and then the cheating, and I was like, oh my God. We took some hits, Team Jeremiah.
And all you kept saying for the last couple of seasons is Jeremiah is just so nice. He is so nice. All right.
He cheated nice.
Okay. We're going to go on and on about this. But before we really get into that, because that is a whole thing. Sure. Jeremiah is a whole thing. Before we get into that, we got to talk about how I was at the Bryant Park screening last night.
You really haven't told me much about yesterday. Tell me about what you did at the big opening.
I come home. I'm trying to tell you about it. And you were like, talk about it on the podcast. Save it for that. I was like, okay. So I was at the screening last night. It was a lot of fun. The whole cast came out, so that was unexpected. I kind of thought maybe like we'd get Jenny Han. The whole cast came over. They gave some speeches, which were very cute. You could tell that they were like emotional about this. I gotta say, I mean, it was like pandemonium.
Pandemonium. I mean, it was a pretty big crowd, I guess. I mean, this was at Bryant Park, which is like right in the middle of Manhattan.
Right. So there were a lot of people there, a lot of tweens, also girls my age. But when the cast came out, it was like people just started like sprinting towards the stage, like to get closer to them. And I was like, I have not seen this since like my One Direction days. So that was surprising. And we haven't seen that since the Beatles. So it's Beatles, One Direction, the Summer Term Pretty cast.
Which One Direction member is Conrad and which one is Jeremiah?
Oh, that's a good question, actually. I mean, I guess I feel like Conrad is Zayn. Because they're both kind of like moody, like you could see Connie Baby leaving tour early.
Conrad's moody?
Yeah, okay. Both a little bit of like a bad boy in them somewhat. And then, I mean, I feel like Jeremiah is kind of like Liam Payne, R.I.P. But both kind of want to be like the center of attention. I mean, neither of them are Harry Styles. I'm sorry.
Wow,
I can't
no
give
Harry
either
Styles
of them
in the
Harry.
bunch.
No, sorry about that. And Cam Cameron is Niall. Also, it was fun though watching these episodes in a big crowd. So we got some like really big reactions. I mean, when Connie Baby enters, which is quite the moment when he comes on screen, we get that Red Hot Chili Peppers song, and he is just walking and giving such a good stare. Like the entire crowd started cheering. I feel like even Team Jeremiah was cheering.
Another incredible intro for Conrad. Like the whole show begins with he gets that slow-mo walk up with Taylor Swift, and then this Red Hot Chili Peppers. He's coming out like he's like a pro wrestler, like Stone Cold Steve Austin swagger coming into therapy of just like everyone's tearing it down for him. So like when you go to an event like this, what percentage is Team Conrad versus Team Jeremiah, would you say?
I want to say it was like pretty split because I saw a lot of girls in Team Jeremiah shirts. But then I feel like with everybody cheering for Conrad, it seemed like maybe more people were Conrad, but definitely
well,
a lot
it wasn't
of
a
Jeremiah.
great ep to be cheering for Jeremiah. So if you came there in your Team Jeremiah gear, you really just got punched in the face the whole first episode.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough for those girls right now. Girls, Team Jeremiah girls, I feel for you right now. Okay, it's a lot. It's tough. But I feel like
it was a fun time, it sounded like.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was great. And it does feel like people are pretty split. Like, it's pretty even of Team Jeremiah, Team Conrad, which is fun. That's why we love this love triangle, because it's like different opinions.
It's fun that there is a show. Again, you just got me into this show. But like, it is fun. There's a show that people are so excited about that they'll like show up at live events and want to watch together and scream about. Like, that's exciting. That's a fun place in the pop culture experience.
Yeah, I mean, the cast could like barely speak when they were trying to give speeches because people were just like screaming. Okay, let's get into it. Because this was a jam-packed app. Drama. We basically saw almost everything from the trailer in this app. I know there's like some scenes that we didn't get, but like if you go back and watch the trailer, a lot of what we saw in these first two episodes is in that. So now I'm like, what is going to happen for the rest of the season? So
we don't know.
I'm like, oh my God, we have a lot to look forward to, I feel like. And
I saw the trailer and I didn't expect any of this stuff. I didn't know what was coming.
And then you got it all in the first two apps.
Yeah. I mean, so we open with it's a year time jump where like they give you a little glimpse of her starting college at Finch with Jeremiah. And then you get a 3 more year time jump. So you're like at 4 years later and it's just like we really yada through college and just like here we are at just a crazy end of the year. Jeremiah, read your email, dude. Why are you in this credit situation here in clearly the last few weeks of school? Like, I promise you, they didn't just suddenly change the requirements. Like, you got quite a few emails about this that your credits needed some work.
I was shocked of how we opened with Jeremiah. I wasn't shocked he was still with Belly. It was not that. But the not knowing he's not graduating thing, I thought was like, ugh, it's like, Jer, come on, can we get it together? Like, what is going on with you, man? Also, what is his major? Like, there was so much talk of, oh, I'm not graduating. These requirements for my major, they changed them. I didn't get these like initial intro courses, but I'm like, what's the major? Say
He really
what the
gave me
major is.
He really gave me PE teacher energy, I thought at first, because I was like, he would love that. He would just
should
get to
do
like
that.
play games and like, you know, he wants to stay physically fit and has so much energy. But I don't know. I feel like it seemed like something more complicated with like the requirements. Or did he change his major? Who knows? Anyway.
It seemed that way, or maybe he just didn't like declare for a while. That's what I could imagine, that he did not declare major for quite some time and then did not
Really?
have the initial requirements.
Jeremiah wants something for a while and not say anything? That does sound like him.
I think he's like doing communications in my mind.
Yeah, it's
like
probably
it's
like
just kind of like,
general
oh, this
media.
degree I gotta get, you know.
Yeah.
It is kind of sad, and I hope we get somewhere in this
Do you
season.
think he just
with him.
plans to work at his dad's firm?
Yeah, it kind of seems that way. Like he's just like, whatever, I'll just like go work at that firm. But it makes me a little sad because I am curious, like, what does Jeremiah want? Like outside of Belly, I would love to see like some more ambition for him, like just see a little bit more of what he wants. And I feel like that's why they're not even saying the major, because they're like, the major doesn't matter because Jeremiah doesn't care about it. And I feel like it makes me sad because I feel like we're seeing a lot of these other characters really like get themselves together. Like Belly seems to be in a really good place. Like she's so much more grown up. It feels like she's really independent and has really like figured out herself in college. And I love that we just kind of got that off the bat pretty quickly. Like she seems, you know, she's studying abroad in Paris. It just feels like she has a direction of where she's going. And a lot of the other characters seem to have that now, except Jeremiah.
Yeah. I mean, Jeremiah, he kept saying, I wanted to have a lot of fun in college. And it sounds like he really did that. Check. Mission accomplished.
Frat boy.
But we were taking a lot of hits in that first step because you just kind of, you see their relationship is good, that like you see they get along well and you see them like, you know, win the Greek like bag race and all that. And like, but you do see a lot of cracks in their future in seeing like kind of the lack of ambition in Jeremiah and organization and like communication skills. And like you just keep seeing all these things that are clearly foreshadowing some real trouble ahead. And it's just like, you know, it's shaking your confidence in like how this is going to end, even before we get to the cheating. Like just seeing who he is as a guy and where he's going and who Belly is and how kind of ambitious she is.
Meanwhile, we're seeing Conrad really start to figure life out. I mean, we see him in therapy. Thank God. That's all that I wanted. I wanted that boy to go to therapy. So we really see him figuring it out. He seems to be in a good place, like mentally as well as in school. He seems to be doing pretty well. He's been like thriving in California. And I feel like it's just like, again, these brothers are just so different.
Mm-hmm. I mean, so Jeremiah's taken some hits throughout the app about like what a like mess he is. But then I feel like when Belly finally reveals to him that she got the study abroad in Paris, he's so supportive and encouraging of her to not like hold herself back to stay with him. And it's like a moment like that, like reminded me of like why I like this guy and why I think he's so good for her and why he's so like supporting and nice. And it was all just for them to give us just while we're looking over here, they just give us a right hook of just he cheated in Cabo. What's that girl's name he cheated with?
Lacey Barone.
Oh, boy.
Lacey, oh Lacey. Yeah, rough.
Tough.
I mean,
I have a question of how did Taylor not know? So like Lacey is gossiping to every girl who'll listen in the bathroom line and they're in the same sorority. So how did Taylor not know?
well, it seems like Taylor's been a little distracted with Steven.
With her own little cheating.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess that's fair.
everyone's cheating. Do you think that they had Steven and Taylor cheat just so it's like, well, everybody's cheating, like type of thing?
So again, I didn't see the cheating of Jeremiah coming. Like,
Yeah.
because the way they did it, it's not out of character. And like, it makes some sense. But like, when it was happening with like Taylor and Steven, I was like, oh, it's kind of fun that with this relationship, they could just do whatever. Because like people aren't going to get as like angry or invested about the actions of the individuals in that relationship as they are in the main love triangle. So I was like, oh, this is fun. They could have this wacky cheating go on all season where it's like, you know, I'm with you. No, I'm on a date with you. Like, and run around. Like, it can just be this. I did not see the other cheating coming at all. But like,
I do feel like Steven and Taylor cheating makes a little bit more sense of that they were in separate colleges. Like Steven was at Princeton, she was still in high school, and then they're like at separate colleges. So I feel like it's kind of like portraying that like messy college relationship where you just like cannot let go.
Their
of
logistics
your high school
made no
boyfriend.
sense to be together.
You're always bringing up logistics.
We got to have the logistics talk. Yeah.
It's like, I hate the logistics. If you want to be together, be together.
But it made me think of, you know how Prime Video and stuff had to warn people about like not bullying on social media and stuff, which made a lot of sense after you watch these apps of just some of the dirty things characters are doing to each other. And like, I was thinking like how low stakes it felt, but like, you pull for them. You pull for Steven and Taylor, and it's fun and enjoyable, but you don't feel like people on the internet are going to like, you know, make threats over their relationship. So that's kind of why I just enjoy their drama. And they just feel destined for each other. They kind of feel so simple sometimes compared to the love triangle, because it's like these two work. They have a fun like banter with each other.
I feel like I am rooting for them the most right now, honestly, because I feel like, too, they gave us so much information into their relationship. And it's like Taylor is still struggling with like sharing her feelings with Steven and like being open and being honest. And I feel like that's such a realistic thing to be going through at that age, too. But I feel like other than that, like, I feel like Steven is really like communicating his feelings. I'm rooting for them because they're fun. Like their scenes together are a little bit more lighthearted. They're a little bit funnier. You're right. They feel a little bit more low stakes. So it's like, I can get behind them. And I hope
although
they
the
work it
wreck,
out.
I did not see coming. I didn't know where that was going of like, you know, like she demands to get out of the car, which I feel like we've seen those scenes before in this show where someone demands that. And I just did not expect him to whip it around and get T-boned like that. That was crazy.
I was so shocked that, I mean, we knew the car crash was coming from the trailer. Like you could see that that's kind of like was going to be a thing in the season, but I did not expect it to be in episode 2.
Oh, I didn't even see that. I didn't know that happened.
Yeah, it's like very brief in the trailer, but you know, when you get online and everyone's like, was that Steven in the car of that car crash? I thought it was going to be later on in the season. Like, oh, this is something that's like bringing everybody together. Like Belly and Jeremiah are a mess, Conrad's a mess, and then everybody comes together for Steven, like something like that. I had no idea it would be in episode 2. I was shocked by that.
I mean, I'm on my heels at all times with this show. I never know what show I'm watching. I didn't read the books or anything, and I'm just like, I was like, did they just kill Steven? Is the rest of this going to be like Belly's brother's dead? Like, what show is this? This is crazy.
It's like Susanna died. Now we got to kill off another character.
I was like, we got to get another garden.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. Yikes. No, I'm glad Steven will live.
Which leads to Conrad in therapy when he was describing the day at the garden dedication. And he left one thing out, revealingly.
Or one person out.
Which I gotta say, don't lie to your therapist, Conrad. If you want to get the most out of it, be honest.
Okay. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you just lie, okay? It was obvious he didn't want to have that convo. Like,
did my wife just say sometimes you just lie? What?
Just let him be. You're acting like he did something so terrible, like twice.
Oh, I'm not saying it's bad. It's bad for him.
I agree.
I'm just like, man, this guy's still struggling to come to terms.
Well, it's like, I feel like he's worked on so much in his life, like dealing with his mom's death and working through like his relationship with his brother and his dad and just kind of like working on being happier. It feels like he's worked on that, but he has not worked on the belly issues at all, it feels like.
Which is tough when you have to see your brother with her anytime you see your family.
Well, don't you think that's like part of the problem of why he like can't get over her is like she's still like wrapped up in their lives.
She never went away.
Did you think though that Connie is like not hooking up with girls at all? Or do you think it's just like he won't like fall in love with anybody else, but he's still like
I think he's had non-serious things throughout college. I think he hasn't had a serious relationship in college. Like,
that's what I guess
mean, maybe
too.
Girls might have thought it was more serious, but I think he's just kind of been a little detached and had a few.
Well, that one girl, it seems like they had a thing, and then he was like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Agnes.
I'm still in love with my brother's girlfriend. I did appreciate Agnes kind of being the voice of the audience a little bit of like, wait, you're in love with your brother's girlfriend? What? You broke up with her at prom?
I love moments like that on this show where suddenly like someone from the real world is dropped into this world and they're like, wait, what? You're in love with your brother's like longtime girlfriend? That seems messy. Like, it's just like, it's great when suddenly there are those moments of like someone from a more modern world showing up.
And saying like how crazy this all is.
This is crazy, guys. Y'all are acting like this is normal.
Wait, what was crazy is Belly having that poster of Sabrina. It's like, if you had a relationship with two brothers the way that she did, like maybe don't have a poster up of Sabrina.
It's like Belly's made her whole personality that I'm a wedge between these two brothers. Here's a poster dedicated to my work of just two brothers being in love with me and me just tearing their family apart.
I mean, part of me does want to clap her on the back of like, good for you, girl. Like, that is tough to do, and you have done it. And like, good for you. Getting two brothers. One is still so in love with you 4 years later. Like, wow. That's impressive. You got to give it to her.
Well, she knows how to work it. She's a flirt.
Oh, my God.
She is a little flirty. All right, the flashback. When she, like, you see that she spent, which, what a shocker that she spent Christmas with Conrad like that. Which I don't know if it was exactly Christmas. Was it right after? I don't know. It ended up in there.
It was like day after Christmas. And this is also like right from the book. This is a very big part of the book in book 3.
I mean, I love that moment.
Like the car crash is not in the book. I meant to tell you that. That was a new thing for this. So that was like an added thing, but her Belly and Conrad being in Cousins for Christmas is like a lot of the lines were from the book. So I feel like a lot of fans were really looking forward to that scene or those scenes and flashbacks. And I feel like it delivered. It was exactly what I wanted it to be. It was good. I mean,
I still have my questions about those two, but like, I will say, seeing them together at the holidays and stuff, they really just made it so like cozy and heartwarming. Like it's an old movie where it's snowing like crazy outside and they're cuddled up by the fire. Once again, watching movies from like the 40s. It's great though. But when she falls and stays on the ground and like really plays it up, I'm like, that's the flirty Belly I know. She knows what she's doing. Oh, you got to pick me up? Oh, no. Put me on the couch.
My shoulder. I can't get up because of just my shoulder.
My shoulder, so I can't stand up. This girl with her Sabrina poster.
I love it. I mean, the way he picked her up, too. Do you think
Jeremiah ever pointed to that in the dorm room and was like, why do you have that Sabrina poster up on the wall?
You're really stuck on the Sabrina poster. We need to talk about the look that Connie Baby gives Belly when he goes to pick her up, too. It is a good look. And we get that look in other Jenny Han adaptations. It's like in To All the Boys when Peter looks at Lara Jean and helps her up, and in Exo Kitty when Mino goes down to pick up Kitty.
Being on the floor looking straight up.
And then their endgame guy, well, we don't know Connie yet, but let's assume the endgame guy goes to pick her up.
Oh, so that's the signature Jenny Han look.
I think it is. Yeah, I love it. I'm here for it.
The music in the show is top notch. It has been since season 1. They really bring like great music to it. That whole sequence there kind of at the end of the Christmas flashback at Cousins Beach has that song by what's his name, Sufjan Stevens, who did it's the like Call Me By Your Name, like
it's a really good song.
Also, there was that song at the very beginning of when season 3 starts, when she's moving into college, you know, that like
the Cranberry song.
The Cranberry song. Do you know what that's from?
I know it's from a teen movie, but I cannot
It's
think
from
of what it is.
Not a teen movie, but from one of the great rom-coms, You've Got Mail.
Oh,
That's
right.
Meg Ryan running all over New York.
We love that.
You know Jenny Han loves that movie.
We also got a lot of Chapel Rowan, which I really loved in this episode because she was not out the last time that we had a season of The Summer I Turned Pretty. So I thought that was
Chapel
fun.
Rowan songs in the so far in this season, which is she's on track for. So I made a spreadsheet. All the songs. I had ChatGPT make me a spreadsheet, actually, of all the songs played in The Summer I Turned Pretty. And I'm sure you can guess the leader of who's had the most songs played.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift by a lot.
Yeah.
Do you want to guess how many Taylor Swift songs have been in the now, what is it? It's like 17 episodes of The Summer I Turned Pretty.
I should know
total.
this probably off the top of my head, and I could probably try and count them out. I'm just
Don't
going to
do
go
that. That
with...
could take a while.
Yeah, I'm going to go with 8.
18
What?
Taylor Swift songs. So that's more than one an episode have played in The Summer I
crazy.
Turned Pretty. Yeah, 18
Wow.
Taylor Swift songs
She
so far.
really
And we're still going.
She just gave them like open access, I feel like, to her catalog. She must love this show. And I really want to know her opinions on it. Like, I feel like she'd be Team Conrad, to be honest.
You think
I don't know. She doesn't really.
Yeah.
She's kind of dating a Jeremiah in real life.
He's dating a Jeremiah, no doubt. But she
know.
has dated a lot of Conrads.
I feel like now she's
Some
probably
moody
Team
fellas.
Jeremiah. Yeah, because she's like done with the moody fellas.
Wow. That's good. The second most played artist is, I'm sure you can guess,
Olivia Rodrigo.
Olivia Rodrigo with 5.
Wow. So Taylor is like way more than
I know.
anybody.
Isn't that wild stuff?
Good for her. Well, I mean, You're Losing Me was so good at the end of episode 1. I mean, that was like when Belly is just like slow-mo running and that song comes on. I mean, that song is just so heartbreaking. And we just saw Belly go through like this horrible betrayal. And to play that song, you're just like, oh my God. It really makes you feel for her. Also, I was proud of her that she slapped him. I thought that was deserved.
I was shocked they went all the way to her throwing up.
I mean, I feel like I wanted to throw up just from like hearing that scene. Like, I cannot imagine, like, you have no idea and you're hearing this like from another girl. You don't think anything can come between you two. Like, I feel like you were shocked by Jeremiah's cheating. Like, imagine being Belly in that moment. And just like the embarrassment of it too, of like people knowing and her not knowing and him keeping this secret from her.
I think the other people knowing and her not knowing really hurts too, because it's like you've known this person since you were kids and you thought nobody knows this person. Nobody knows the two of them better than each other. And to not know such a like thing people are gossiping about and laughing about is rough.
It's so embarrassing. Like, I would want to transfer colleges probably. Like, that is rough.
The description of episode 2 calls it, in the wake of an earth-shattering betrayal, Belly tries to pick up the pieces. Earth-shattering betrayal, which is probably right. But, so I do have, look, do you think I get her being so upset in the moment, but do you think she's overreacting?
No. What?
Weren't they on a break?
No. When they flash back to the scene of what happened, it is like that was clearly just a fight. Like, that was not a, like, we're on a break, like, we're having a serious discussion about that. Like, the entire fight is, like, 2 minutes long. Like, you don't break up after being together for, like, a few years in a fight that's, like, 2 minutes. Like, that was not a break.
But then they hadn't texted in what, like a week?
Yeah, but still, you're not thinking that he is having sex with somebody. Like, she's like, I would think that, you know, you just needed some time to cool off or something like that. But no, they were not on a break. I will not take that discourse. I mean, Ross and Rachel were more on a break than Belly and Jeremiah, in my opinion, to bring friends into it. So we were on a break discourse.
I mean, I thought that's what they were referencing when they say that. But
I think they were.
I think they almost portrayed Jeremiah as like a little dumb, not like he's stupid, but it's like just a little like aloof and dumb about certain things, social things too, which is weird because he's so like a friendly social guy, but he just seems like he misunderstands things and doesn't think things through. And when they get back together, he says to Belly, like, he's clearly trying to say to her, like, I thought we were like done for. Like, I've been like a wreck because I thought we were done for. So I don't think he's lying. I think he did think they were like broken up.
I think he did think that, but then he needed to tell her in the moment. Like, he needed to say it. He needed to make it very clear what he did. And
his big sin is not telling her the truth when they got back together, because you needed to take your lumps then of just like what you've done and like try to win her back then. But like, I think it makes her distrust him even more for a while there, because it's like he's just been with her ever since and not hinted at this at all.
Yeah. And that just feels like dirty, honestly. Like,
because he thought he got away with it. He thought he could just move on.
It feels so dirty. I will say, though, there is a part of me, too, that still feels for Jeremiah. Of like, it definitely feels like he is having a rough go of it. And I know he did this even before the major thing and whatnot, but it feels like we are finally seeing those cracks in Jeremiah that we've been kind of like waiting to see a little bit. And I'm not excusing the cheating at all. I'm just saying, like, it does feel like this guy is really lost and misses his mom. And I feel for him with that.
Jeremiah is sort of portrayed as betrayed. Jeremiah is sort of portrayed. And he betrayed. Jeremiah is sort of portrayed as that trope of like the homecoming king in high school who that's the peak of his life in a certain way.
Yeah.
Where at this point you could see it going that way. Like this guy had the best time in college and it kind of just like is kind of a mess after that. And I hope that's not the case for him because like losing your mom's tough. Their relationship with their dad's been really tough. And like, I just hope he doesn't keep making these kinds of goofy mistakes that like mess up his life.
He needed to read that email.
I mean, he clearly loves Belly and he almost ruined the whole thing.
Well, it is like, she forgave him by F2. Like, all it took was her brother getting in a car accident.
But I do think the car accident helped it make more sense as to why she would forgive him the next episode. Because, like, life events like that where you worry someone could die or, like, who, like, you can be with at a hospital can really, like, reset your priorities. And he was so nice. He was waiting in the lobby, giving her space, but there if she needed him. Even she was like, that's so sweet.
I love how she said that line where she was like, he's so nice. Like,
he is a nice guy.
Like, just be mean. Like, I thought her line reading of that was like really perfect. Of just like, I'm so mad at him, but like he's being so nice.
So, like, that makes a lot of sense of why it would reset your priorities to be like, I need to be with the person I love.
I think especially...
throw them away over a disagreement, which it's more than a disagreement. I do think it's something they need to keep talking about and work out. Like, it's pretty bad, like, what he did. But then, don't you think part of playing into this is her guilt that she has her own secret?
Yeah.
And she still hasn't come clean about.
Yeah,
right?
I feel like she really alluded to that of that, well, I've been keeping this secret too. And why am I keeping it a secret? Like, I feel like she doesn't even want to like dig deep and figure out why she's keeping it a secret. Like, she just like doesn't even want to go there in her brain. And I think too, she's like, well, I don't want to tell Jeremiah that we were at the beach house together over Christmas time because how is he going to react? How is he going to take this? It really shows like they have a lot of communication issues in that relationship. And like, obviously they're young and that plays into it. But I think a lot of what plays into it too is like, they're worried of being honest with each other. Like, I feel like Belly has never talked to Jeremiah really about like Conrad and that relationship. I was happy to hear though that Jeremiah knows that Belly and Conrad have had sex together, because in the book, them kind of like ever really like hooking up is like kept a secret. Like, Belly doesn't tell Jeremiah that, and he doesn't really know anything about that until later on. So I was happy that at least like he clearly knew that information. But it feels
I mean, it was kind of devastating when she says that to him, because his reaction is like one of that actor's better line reads in the show. And he's like, yeah, I know you've only been with one other person. And like,
it is
who
brutal.
that is kind of rough. And I don't want to hate Belly, because like there are parts of her I really like, of like how forward she is, and like she seems like a good person, but she does seem to enjoy this hold she has over these two brothers. And like, I feel like even saying that, and it's almost like she's romanticized in her mind that like, I've only been with these two, is almost its own kind of control over Jeremiah. I don't know. It's an odd thing that kind of came out when she was so angry.
Yeah, it feels though like she was kind of like using that against him in that moment. It just feels though like she's never been fully honest with him too about like past feelings about Conrad. Like I feel like when you're in a long-term relationship, you should talk about like past relationships or like that stuff should come up. Like you should talk about your high school boyfriend. And it's like, I get it's so awkward that they're brothers and whatnot, but I feel like the fact then that they can't talk about that is like causing such a communication issue in their relationship. Like the two of them just like don't want to be like fully honest with each other. They want to like stay in this little bubble and that's it. And that's just like not realistic.
Laurel said in one season that she wanted Belly to have lots of lovers, and she's really gone opposite of that since I don't think she's ever hooked up with anyone not named Fisher.
And I want Belly to have a lot of lovers too. Like I am kind of hoping this season we see Belly maybe at some point dating somebody else, or at least go on a date with somebody else. Have somebody that's not your brother or one of these Fisher boys take you to dinner, girl. Come
Without
on.
so much baggage in your life. It's the only romantic relationships.
Well, I feel like she kind of like
it seems like she
likes
would have been
that.
well served to take advantage of that break and go out with someone who didn't grow up with at a beach house.
She didn't know she was on a break. She wasn't on a break. He was, not her. You're going to keep bringing up this break thing. I can't. I can't.
They were kind of on a break.
I'm going to be screaming at one point they were not
Didn't
on a
her
break.
roommate even say they were kind of on a break?
No. Well, she was like, yeah, and I didn't agree with that roommate when she said that. I was like, girl, there's a lot of things wrong here.
Girl code. Stick with the line.
I'm like, tell him that he needs to leave school, like punch him in the face. I don't know, like egg his room in that frat house. Like you should not be saying like, well, if even if you were on a break. All right, we're not going to agree on the we were on a break thing, but we've talked a lot about the cheating. We got to talk about the ending of episode 2. So ending of episode 1 is the cheating, and then we get the opposite at the ending of episode 2, where Jeremiah proposes to Belly and she accepts. I will say I like this scene a lot better than it was in the book. I thought it was a well done scene. I thought they did a really good job of seeing how the two characters got there. Like I did think that it made sense, like you were saying earlier, of, you know, especially at that age when you're going through something like that of the car crash, the parents aren't even there, Belly's freaking out. Of course she's going to go to Jeremiah in that moment and just be like, I don't even care what you did. Like, I need you in my life. And like life is short. Life could end tomorrow. We don't know what could happen.
He's that rock she can count on. Like,
exactly.
He's always going to be there for her.
So I like that they added that in because it made the proposal make a lot more sense. Because
I don't know. So
you're like
pulling for Jeremiah, I was really devastated with episode 1 that he cheated on her. Made it even worse when he said he cheated twice. And then I know I should have been, if I thought they should be together, more happy at the end of season 2, but it really felt like you're putting a Band-Aid on like a major wound here. And it just felt like I get these characters would do this and they've been together for a while, so it's not crazy, but it's like you guys have been having some real problems and some real failures to communicate. And I don't know if getting married is just suddenly going to fix everything.
Oh, no. I mean, it's a huge mistake. Like, I thought the scene was well done. I want to be clear. Like, I just thought the scene was like well done and I could see how the characters would get there. But no, this is a massively huge mistake. And I am a fan of marriage in a teen drama show. Sometimes there's no place else to go but to have two young characters get married. In this instance, I do not think that at all. Jeremiah is just sinking lower and lower. Like this was him hitting rock bottom, in my opinion, of just like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you need to get your life together before you're going to propose to Belly. Also, no ring.
That's very on brand for Jeremiah. He doesn't think things through. But he reacts very much, and like his heart's in a good place. I know that like he does love her, and he worries he messed up, and is trying to like show her an even bigger gesture to like make amends. Which like, what's his like college buddy, his frat buddy, like,
Redbird.
Yeah, I feel like when that guy was like, show her, like, go win her back, I don't think he meant go that far. Like,
I know.
ask her to marry you. It's just that classic trope, but people do this all the time of like, our relationship's rocky. Let's move in together. Let's have a baby, or just all sorts of things humans do to try to like paper over like some problems. And it's just when you see on TV, it's so condensed and all these characters' issues, you're just like, it doesn't bode well for her ending up with Jeremiah, in my opinion, of them to be like, we're going to go 0 to 90 here.
You just want to scream at Belly in that scene of like, girl, see through this. Like, see through what he is doing. Like, he is clearly just trying to like make up for hurting you and trying to do this like huge grand gesture, and he doesn't want to lose you, and he feels like he is losing you, and he's probably terrified you're going to get back with his brother if he does lose you. And it's like, I don't know,
maybe, but I don't think he's as much of a schemer as Conrad, partly in a way that like, not that Conrad's a bad dude, but Conrad is a smart, planning, kind of thoughtful guy sometimes, it seems, more than Jeremiah. And I think Jeremiah just really reacts in the moment. And in that moment, he just feels so much love for her. He's like, I want to be with her for the rest of my life. I don't think there's like ill will behind it. I think it's just like a little misguided.
I do agree with that. Like, he was very much just like in the moment doing this. But I do think maybe subconsciously, like, was he a little bit worried then that Belly would go running back to Conrad? Because in a lot of these 2 episodes, we see Conrad and Jeremiah being compared together. Like, their dad was doing it to Jeremiah. Like, this would never happen to Conrad, like, type of thing. And Jeremiah's like, I know. And Jeremiah throws it in Belly's face. Like, sorry, I'm not a pre-med student. And I feel like there were just so many instances of them being compared that even if Jeremiah doesn't want to go there, other people are going there for him. And which is so hurtful. So I wonder if subconsciously, if that was a little bit a part of it.
I can't wait for Jeremiah to tell his dad, hey dad, you know how I like didn't graduate college? I also decided to get married.
I mean, this is going to be a mess. Like, I am very ready for
I'm excited though. This is a drama-filled season. We've got cheating. We've got marriage proposals. There's also like a lot more like sexuality in this show of like, I do feel like they do a good job of like hinting at sex with it in kind of an inoffensive way. Like, it's not making you be like completely like pearls clutched or anything, but it's like, it is their part of these people's lives.
I feel like it's a very sex positive show, which I do really appreciate in younger shows, especially like these characters are older now. We had a 4-year time jump. They're in college or
they're adults
out of college.
Now.
Yeah. And I think that it's nice that we are seeing them more act like adults and that they're not like scaring away from showing sex scenes or talking about sex or not even showing like graphic sex scenes. It's more just like sex is like a big part of the show right now in these relationships. And I do like that they're talking about it and going there and doing it in a positive way. And I think that's really refreshing because I do think a lot of times these shows that are geared towards a younger audience shy away from that or get too nervous about it. And I think that just makes it worse. Like, you need to talk about sex in these shows, and there is a good way to go about it. And I think that this show definitely does that.
Yeah, no, I feel like it's like becoming a more grown-up show this season.
I will say I was, though, shocked at Belly and Steven's parents having sex. Wasn't expecting that one. I was like, everyone's having sex, even these divorced parents. Laurel's a little messy though, and I kind of like that. I kind of like that we're seeing like messy
You
mother and daughter.
Belly
gotta
got
say-
it right. Belly really got it from Laurel. Of just like, let me circle back to the first love too. Let me just like constantly be messy.
I mean, I would love to watch Laurel and Belly in like a Gilmore Girls type of show. Like that would be pretty iconic.
Definitely. I kind of thought Belly in Paris could be its own show. They need to spin off just as a limited series of just.
Well, I was getting flashbacks to The Hills, where it's very big that Lauren Conrad does not go to Paris and she stays with the boy. And I was like, were they inspired by The Hills?
Probably.
There's
Probably
always
so.
a boy standing in front of a girl in Paris.
I
That's
thought
always what
Belly
happens.
needs to go to Paris and flirt with some French dudes. Get between two French brothers. Do your thing over there.
Get on the back of a moped, girl. That's what you need. I was very... They do that in The Hills episode 2. I'm going to make you watch that episode.
I don't know
now.
the reference.
And I'm going to be like, Belly, this can't be Belly. It's so sad. It's like tragic.
You ready to move on to Tyler's takes? What I wrote down in my notes app?
Yeah. Let's do
Okay.
it.
Well, this isn't fully a Tyler take of like, we'll do more rapid fire after this. But I did want to bring up of like in Cousins Beach, when they're arguing about Casablanca, they like watch Casablanca together. And like Conrad says at the end, sorry, spoilers for Casablanca, that she was better off escaping with Laszlo. And Belly says, you're insane. Rick and Ilsa are obviously meant for each other. And I think what's so great about that is they're kind of arguing each other's point for themselves. Like Conrad is arguing that it makes sense to do the practical solution, to just leave with this person, do what makes sense in your life. It's going to make a lot of sense, which is what Belly did with Jeremiah in a way of like the easier choice, the thing that makes sense. You can see what the future is here. But like then Belly is arguing, no, you should just follow that one true love. No, damn the consequences. And it's like so fun because that's how Conrad feels in his heart. So that's I just love that because I'm like, they're arguing the opposite of what each of them have chosen. Like Conrad's not the practical guy. And, you know, she is the one who did the practical thing instead of following her heart for her one true love. And I think it's just great because I think it's like clearly alluding to things to come this season.
I feel like this show uses old movies a lot to allude to like what's happening and what's to come, which is a very fun device, I think.
Yeah. But, you know, Agnes would be shocked that these people have only seen movies that were made before 1960.
Agnes is like, get out there a little more.
That's one of my Tyler's takes. So
wait,
Agnes,
no, hold on. Let me say
Okay.
this one thing. I feel like Agnes was like, thank God I did not get in a relationship with Connie Baby. Like, this guy is pathetic.
I could have heard
Agnes was
Agnes's
like-
thoughts on this for a while. She's like, so if we would have ended up together, I'd be going to Christmases with your family and you're just longing for the sister-in-law? Like, what?
Agnes was like, I dodged a bullet.
Agnes is like, how did you not tell me this? That you're in love with your brother's girlfriend?
I mean, Agnes changed her view on him in that second. Like, Agnes got the ick.
Agnes got the big. So much so that one of my Tyler takes is I think Agnes sort of psyched out Doc Connie before this thing when she was like, oh, the doctor's so harsh. She'll send you home day one. It was like psyching someone out before a sporting event of like, oh, you better not miss any shots. Like, and it's like, it freaked him out to where he didn't go home when he should have because he was so psyched out. So I was like, I think Agnes sabotaged him a little.
No, I thought that too. I was like, oh, she sabotaged him. Like, and I thought she was the one who maybe made the mistake or something like that. I was like, I don't trust her.
All right, my next take is, what do you think of Belly rooming with Jillian over Taylor? Is Belly a good friend to Taylor?
Well, I will say Jillian is a great college roommate, okay? I'm just speaking about myself over here. I did like seeing my name on that board, and I was like, that's kind of sad that I'm excited about that.
Yeah, we'll screenshot it for you.
I think this makes sense, though, actually. I feel like this is what a lot of girls do in college. If you were like high school friends and you're going to the same college, you do not room together because you want to like meet new people.
Okay, makes sense. But well, as a side note, do you think Belly's a good friend to Taylor throughout this show?
I feel like Belly doesn't fully understand Taylor like as a person. And I think that that is like really tragic and sad in their relationship.
I mean, she didn't know her best friend was in love with her brother.
I know. It just feels like, yeah, like she doesn't listen to her and like really care to like dig deep with her. And I worry that she thinks Taylor like isn't deep or something. And
Which is so funny because that time when Belly and Jeremiah were going to pick up Taylor, like when she came to Cousins Beach, she's like, you know, it's like Hurricane Taylor. Everything's about her. And it was like, seems so obvious that no, that's kind of how Belly is.
Yeah. I know. I feel like
I think
that's
Taylor's
where...
a really good friend to Belly, though. Like a shockingly good friend. Like she does everything for her. She's always there for her.
She's bringing her that burrito and she's sad and like knew exactly what she wanted. And I feel like we just haven't really seen Belly be there for Taylor at all yet. And I get it. It's like one person is more the main character and the other one is a side character. But I wish that we did kind of see Taylor maybe like go through something a little bit where we see Belly really there for her.
Yeah. If I was Taylor, I'd be talking some shit about Belly once in a while. Like, this girl.
Know,
let me tell you
know
about her
is.
and these brothers.
You know, that's
Get
how she
Taylor
got in
some
that
wine
sorority.
and get her talking about those Fisher brothers.
Taylor was at Rush just telling every sorority girl like that story probably. Like, let me tell you about my friend Belly and these brothers.
Frat weed smoking Jer was an all-time lock. Like, that was just lock of the century that's who Jeremiah would be in college.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he was just made for that.
That dude loves a fraternity. Like, he's a fun guy like that. Conrad, not in a fraternity, probably, right?
Definitely not. He was living alone, asking Agnes to take off her shoes already. He could never live in a frat house. He'd be like cleaning it up the whole time. He loves to clean up after everybody, though, so he might enjoy it. I don't know, but
oh my God.
Yeah,
another
he's like
lock,
a clean freak.
My other lock was Conrad being into crossword puzzles. Also a lock, an absolute lock that guy loves a crossword puzzle.
They've really been portraying him a little bit like a grandpa this season.
Well, since he only wears sweaters and does crossword puzzles.
Sweaters, a button up, doing crossword puzzles. I did enjoy that scene, though, because they really it looked like Belly and Conrad were like a married couple in that montage, which I did really like.
I mean, incredible Easter egg of Jenny Han putting herself in the crossword puzzle for that fun reveal. Like, that was great.
I saw something
She's having
too.
fun. Jenny Han's having fun.
Yeah, she loves an Easter egg. I saw something too that like the crossword puzzle apparently like makes that an infinity or something. I got to go back and look, but somebody
really?
Somebody was just telling me that. Yeah, but I don't know. I got to like look at it myself. I will say they did show Connie, though, seeming to have some friends. Like, he goes out with Agnes. That one guy was like, "Your quarterback tonight for the football thing." And I was like really relieved to see that. I was like, I just want to make sure this guy's a social life.
I think you see him longing after Belly a lot, but I think he's a popular guy. He's like a really smart, good-looking dude who's like athletic. Like, he's fine. Trust me. I'm sure everyone's like shocked he's not more social than he is, but I think it's just kind of who he is. I think he's kind of an internal person.
I know. I just want to see him, socialize a little bit more. Have some fun. Let's see him blow off some steam,
Another thing I thought about Conrad is, could he not have zoomed into this garden thing? Like, I know it's his mom, but it is across the country, and it is just a garden in this beach town that it seems like Laurel's the one really pushing. Like, I don't know. Like, it's a big ask to ask a 22-year-old to just drop everything they're doing anytime you want to do something for your
dead mom.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't think it would have been crazy if they have an iPad or put him on a screen of him.
No.
I've got Conrad sent us a message. Like, I don't know. That's not crazy to me.
No, I think, though, the whole point was he was going because, school was ending. So he was free already. And then I think he was scared to tell people that he was no longer free and couldn't make it. Whereas like Laurel was like, it's fine. Like, don't worry about it. But he felt bad. Like,
but I think it was
he
like
is still taking care of everybody, even though he's across the country.
I think he feels because the oldest that like they still rely on him and need him to be there and stuff.
Yeah. Like he wants
it's a good
to
thing
take
the
care
guy's
of all
in
them.
therapy. We're happy he's in therapy.
I mean, honestly, like the best reveal I've seen in a TV show in a long time. And isn't it sad that I'm like, the best reveal is just this guy in therapy?
All right, 2 more Tyler takes. The run times, I'm watching you. You gotta calm down. I don't like seeing a 6 at the front of the run times, Jenny Han. We can edit these down just a hair. Let's keep it a little lower. I don't want to start getting like hour 10-minute episodes. Let's calm it down.
No, I want more.
Oh my God. And my last one is, so does Dad own this firm? It seems that way. When Steven's working at the firm, the dad, the Fisher dad, what's his name? Adam Fisher, comes in like normal clothes while everyone else is in suits. So that kind of gives the impression he seems to own the joint. And if he owns the joint, he could have bought the beach house. Like, what are we talking about? How much money does Adam Fisher have?
That is a little confusing because the minute he stepped into that office in that vest, I was like, oh, this guy is like owns the place. But then he does say something of like, to Steven, he was like, good job on this. And he says something like, people are noticing. So that makes me think he's not like fully, like he doesn't own it, but that he is like more at the top.
He's just kind of a higher up there.
I think he's a higher up, like high up enough where you can wear a vest and get away with it. But I don't think he owns it because why would he be saying that to Steven? Like, people are noticing. It's like, if he owns it, he wouldn't be saying that.
It feels like to me, if you're the higher up who can wear normal clothes at the finance firm, then you probably could have afforded the beach house.
Well,
that's
I do
just my
agree with
take.
that. Yeah, I know. I really feel like he could have. If your 2 sons have trusts, I think you can afford a beach house. Like,
Yeah. Which I thought he was right in being like, Jeremiah, you got to pay for this yourself. Like, that should come out of his thing. If, like, you find out weeks before, you've probably already planned flights to come into your graduation and stuff.
oh my God, you're right.
And, like,
yeah.
now you're suddenly like, oh, I'm not graduating. It's like, you got to pay to finish this out. Like, this is your mistake.
I found that so crazy of like, I mean, and I think they are portraying it as like, Jeremiah just has been ignoring like schoolwork and emails and whatnot. Cause I was like, I remember like meeting with my counselor like all the time. Like, and it's like, okay, you're on track. Like, we're all good. Like, even like up until graduation, I feel like. But I guess
The
he's
only
just ignoring it.
the only emails Jeremiah were reading had the subject line Cabo.
Yeah. He didn't miss
That's it
that
for him.
email. He
That's
did
it.
not miss that Cabo
The only email
email
he saw is Cabo.
I did think it was
all
weird
right,
too,
we need
though.
to wrap.
Another crack though
Yeah.
is that he didn't invite her to Cabo. That was weird too. I'm saying like it's.
Do you
clear-
think he wished she was in a sorority? Do you think he was a little It did seem Jeremiah does get this inferiority complex. He gets it to like Conrad, but he also seemed to really have it of that like he's a fraternity guy and like he felt like Belly almost looked down on him for that.
Yeah, I think it bothers him. And I feel like that's like another like miscommunication. They kind of like keep giving each other these like jabs a little bit. And it's like, it feels like you are kind of like hurt by that.
Yeah.
And then they don't go into it really. So yeah, I definitely think it's like a point of contention for him because I feel like he's like, oh, you view me like a joke because I'm in this like fraternity. And I feel like that is like his biggest insecurity is being viewed like just the fun guy. Oh, I'm the joke. I'm not like Conrad who has it all together. So I feel like it's like his biggest insecurity. And then she, with her hating the frat, like it just amplifies that a little bit. All right. Where do we stand? Team Conrad or Jeremiah? Where do you stand as of right now?
I'm not giving up after 2 episodes. I do think, am I going to lie and say that things went great for Jeremiah in these first 2 eps? No, like we took some hits, But I'm not giving up on him because I do feel like they've been together a long time and seem to get along really well and seem to love each other. And he's always there for her and a really nice guy. And like, I don't know if you should just throw that away yet. Like, I don't know if they need to get married immediately, but we'll see how it plays out.
See, I will bring logistics into it for a second. I think that if you're having like that many problems when you're young, it's maybe like, let's just call this. Like, you know, what are they going to do? Go to couples therapy at like 21? You know? Like, it just kind of feels like maybe you got to call it at some point when you're that age. Just
Is Conrad even a good doctor? We don't know.
He was stressed, okay?
He might not get a job as a doctor.
Agnes is trying to sabotage him, okay?
All right. Belly clearly leaning towards Jeremiah, though, at this moment. But there are definitely worries with her not telling Jeremiah the truth about Conrad.
Well, I need to also declare where I currently stand. And
But we know you're Team Conrad. You love Doc Connie.
That's Dr. Connie baby to you. I just do love, though, that we are seeing him in a better place because after we rewatch seasons 1 and 2, like they are tough seasons for Conrad. Like he is really like sad and depressed and really going through it in those 2 seasons. So it's really nice to see him like in a better place in this season.
I think it shows he's grown up a little bit.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't seem, I mean, again, they show him in therapy, which I think is important because like this guy would get so moody and in his own head and push people away that like, I don't care how much you love their connection. That seemed like that could have been hard to make work.
Yeah.
If he hadn't grown as a person.
No, definitely. Well, I feel like that was a big thing that was getting in between Belly and Conrad. So now that he's doing better, it's like, I just want to see how it would
doing
work.
better? He just got fired. He got fired.
He can apply next year.
Because he's so emotional.
He can apply next year.
He doesn't understand his emotions.
At least he's letting the feelings out at this point, you know? I feel like that's kind of a good thing.
Where do you think Conrad went for spring break? Aspen or something? Something crazy.
Oh, I could see that for him. That would be fun. He loves
Not
a
Cabo.
cozy sweater.
Yeah.
I
Anywhere
love
he
it.
can be in a cozy sweater.
Anywhere he can be in a cozy sweater and a button down. That is what he loves to wear. Him in that button down to therapy was really making me laugh. I'm like, he can wear a t-shirt. Like, it's okay. We'll still think he's grown up if he's wearing a t-shirt.
Any predictions going forward?
I mean, it's really...
I predicted Taylor Swift would be in these first 2 apps, and I was correct. What a win.
I predicted
won my
Olivia
bet.
Rodrigo. We both won. It's so hard to predict from here on out because we haven't really seen much more from the trailer from here. I mean, I'm excited to get back to Cousins. I'm hoping we'll be back to Cousins in the next app. They're probably going to be there for that Susanna dedication thing. So I'm hoping we get everybody together and hopefully we have Jeremiah and Belly saying that they're getting married and everybody implodes. I'm hoping we get that in the next app. I feel like that's kind of the next stage. It feels like we're not going to be doing like any filler apps or anything like that. Like we're getting into the drama and we only have 9 episodes left. So I'm predicting next app dedication. They reveal they're getting married. Everybody freaks out because we got to keep this thing moving.
Do you think any adults will support their getting married?
No. And this is a big thing in the book. Like Laurel really is pissed off. And I'm sure she'll be like that in the show too. Although in the book, well, I don't want to tell you. Never mind.
Okay.
We'll talk about it.
I predict Conrad will come east now that he's not employed.
Well, yeah. He's coming back to Cousins.
You don't know that. That's my prediction.
That is like barely a prediction.
That's my prediction. Oh, I want to be right.
Like throw something wild out.
I want to be right.
Throw something wild out there. It's hard for me to make a prediction because I read the book.
Throw something wild out there.
Get a little wacky. Come on.
Cam Cameron makes an appearance this season.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. We'll
They
take it.
find a
Wow.
way to get that guy
Wow,
back.
don't get too wild over here.
What do you want?
You know who? I want Jumper, that gas station guy, to make an appearance. Like, I hope he comes back. So we just see him in every season at that gas station. I think
Do you
that
think
would be
Conrad's
fun.
hanging out with Sky in California?
Oh my God. No. They said goodbye to Sky. We all said bye-bye, Sky.
They
And
got
we're
that
not
house
saying hi
and said,
again.
see you never.
Conrad also, like, I think still kind of hates Sky a little bit. Conrad was like, I'm not believing you, Sky.
You think Conrad holds a grudge?
I think so, but I wonder what Conrad's sign is. I'm sure somebody has done it out there. Maybe I'll do his chart.
All right, we're at the astrology point. Let's end this.
Let's get into it. That could be a whole podcast.
We're ending the podcast. Do your reads.
All right. He's making me call it before I get into astrology. Thank you all so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed these episodes as much as we did. Be sure to tune back next week where we'll be talking all about episode 3. And check back weekly for more eps. You can follow us on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok at previously_Team TV. And you can check out our merch site on Etsy where we have a bunch of the Summer I Turned Pretty merch. That is at Previously on Team TV. Thanks for listening.
Bye.